your friend and jeweler.
So I formed Davis Law Group about 30 years ago, and I would get, the same questions from people about what to do in the case of an accident. Do you need a lawyer? To the point where I decided that I would at least write a book which would answer the common questions that I would receive as a lawyer. Once I wrote my first book, it proved to be hugely popular. I decided to write then a series of books in different accident cases so that we could really teach people about their rights, how to protect them, and how to decide on whether they need a lawyer and what lawyer to hire. I've found in my career that having a client that is educated and knowledgeable about their particular type of case really helps the client and also usually ends up making the case or the claim more successful. To get your free copy of any of my Washington accident books, visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. The best place to watch all your favorite sports. Featuring wall-to-wall viewing screens, 6 windows, and 30 kiosks. Be there at EmeraldQueen.com. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chonky chonkers who chonk harder than you ever thought possible.
Cats, corgis, babies, baby penguins, baby pandas, chunky baby pandas.
Free to make your smart devices do silly things. Free to open a world of remote work and a portal into Gametopia.
Who's the boss now?
Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer.
Thanks for joining us. You are listening to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. The show is at 7 every Thursday right here on Seattle Sports, man. And no Paul Moyer. He's out in Texas with his family, so we got Brian Walters filling in. And typically, we wait a little bit to get to the player interview, but my man got some things to do, so he joined us early. You guys clap it up one time for quarterback Nehemiah Pritchet. Yes, sir, Nehemiah. Thanks for joining us today, man. Thanks for joining us. The first thing I noticed when I look at your bio, from Jackson. My mom was born in Jackson. So we like family already. So we're just gonna start off right there, man.
Okay.
Last week you got some snaps, man. What's it like? You know, you played in the toughest conference in all the land, in the SEC, and now you got some reps in the NFL. What's it been like so far?
Oh man, it's been great. Just stepping in behind Reed Woolen this season. Our coaches always talk about a standard that we have when any chance we get on the field. So just being out there and trying not to let the standard drop off, let it be no drop off. So it's been fun though.
So first off, I did my my geography lesson, and you're going to Atlanta. There's only, I think Atlanta might be the second closest city, NFL city, to Jackson, Alabama. Right. New Orleans probably closest, right?
Yep.
So do you have a bunch of family coming to Atlanta? Yeah, you got it. How many tickets did you have requested?
Probably like 15-ish.
I love it. That's the best. Now, going back, I want to go back to the New York Giants game, because something that impressed me about you, one, that big stop on third down, you got in there, you broke up the pass, but something you said in your post-game press conference was, you've noticed these tendencies all game, and you didn't know if Reek was, going to get hurt like he did, and you don't ever know when you're actually going to be thrown into the fire like that. But you were taking notes on the sideline, you were taking mental reps. What's that been like so far, kind of, being a rookie, almost kind of starting over and having to kind of take more of those mental reps and kind of get yourself into the game that way?
Right. In my case, like, we have Reek and Devin Witherspoon in front of me, so it's just like the chances that I do get in, I have to be on point. So I think a lot of mental reps and a lot of film study comes into play during that time. Just taking notes all throughout the week and just getting those reps through practice, I think that helps in the game a lot.
Now, I'm going to go back to high school. When I played receiver. When I was in high school, I was a corner. You do everything in high school, right? And I used to love cover two, and I love cover two because I can get physical with the receiver, to get my eyes in the backfield and kind of see what's going on there. What's your favorite coverage?
I'll say man-to-man, just because you get to get hands-on. You ain't got to worry about too much, like this your man, and this who you have to guard for the rest of the down. So I say, man,
All right.
which cover 2 isn't bad either.
Yeah.
So.
I like to. You can make it look like man, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and rough them up, and then, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I used to love 2.
Absolutely.
I used to love when they would run 2 as a wide receiver. You know, you feel like you're always open in that honey hole for
Yeah.
some reason, but then you
Uh-huh.
just get smacked by the safety, so it wasn't always true. Going back to your high school and all that, you're an athlete. You played 3 sports. When did you think that? When did you pick football over when did you know? Because I know you were all-state in baseball as well. You're a good
Right.
basketball player. How did football become the sport for you?
I would say my junior year when I started collecting offers. Football always been my favorite sport. So like once I started getting offers in high school, like I knew football was the one.
Now, they say you play baseball. A lot of us play baseball, but you played baseball for
Yeah.
real. Like, I played, I'm sure you played in high school too,
yeah.
B. If it wasn't a fastball, I wasn't touching it. So what was your off season like? Because, you know, it's hard to juggle all the sports. I'm
Right.
sure coaches they want you to spend time here and spend time there. How did you juggle being a multi-sport athlete in high school?
All right. It was super busy. I really never got any downtime. And that's kind of how it is now. But just playing all 3 sports, your whole summer was taken up by going to baseball camps, going to football camps, so going to baseball workouts and summer workouts. So it's just like you really have no downtime.
Yep.
So
Keeps you busy. I love it.
Yep.
Now, what made you ultimately decide on Auburn?
it was the only SEC school. Well, Ole Miss and Auburn was the only 2 SEC schools to offer me, and Auburn was close to home. I mean, my dad was an Auburn fan, so it was SEC ball. So it was right up the road. So I just took a chance and ran with it.
So back in 2006, you were probably just a baby back then. I played for Washington State. We went out to Auburn, and the culture is just different. And I was telling these guys at dinner, I go, obviously there's 90, 100,000 fans out there, but the grass in Auburn, I mean, it's like anything else. I'm from California, so we played, and then after 3 weeks, it's nothing but dirt at this point. But the grass at Auburn was something so smooth. You fall on it, you're sliding for a while. Just a side note before I ask a football question. What was that Iron Bowl rivalry like, man? It's one of the biggest games in the country every single year.
Right, yeah, it's a crazy rivalry. It's something I grew up watching, because, like, in Bama, like, we have no NFL team, so it's all about college football in Alabama. So that was a super big rivalry, and especially when Bama come to Jordan Hare in Auburn Stadium, it get real crazy there.
Yeah.
Now, did you follow what Alabama did last weekend? Did you see what happened?
I did.
The big loss to Vandy.
Yeah,
What do you think about that? I know you're probably pretty fired up about that.
I mean, it wasn't Auburn, so I wasn't super fired up, but
All right.
I just like seeing them lose anyway. So
All right. Hey, take me back to kind of the whole process, getting ready for the draft. Did you think the Seahawks were a potential team? You know, how all the workouts and everything you did, or was that a kind of a shock on draft day?
it definitely was a shock. I had no clue the Seahawks was going to draft me. I had a couple 30 visits that I took prior to the draft, and I had those couple teams in line. I had a list of teams that I thought I could potentially go to by talking to them at the Senior Bowl, the Combine. But I never talked to Seattle during the 30 visit or Combine, so it was a super shocker.
How often do you talk to the fam back home? I know it's a long ways away. Have they been up? What's the communication like?
I talk to them every day, especially my parents, my siblings. Any chance I get to talk to them, I talk to them. But
How many brothers and sisters you got?
I got 2 brothers and 1 little sister.
You the oldest?
Yep,
There
by
you go.
far. My sister is 9. Both of my brothers are 6, so it's a big gap between it. Yeah.
Have they been out to Seattle yet to visit?
They haven't.
Not yet. Do they have any plans to come out?
I'm not sure yet. I'll try to get them out to a game for sure, though.
Nice. So what have been your thoughts on the Northwest so far, being out here in Seattle? Has it kind of surprised you, and training camp atmosphere, everything?
Throughout training camp, I mean, the weather was beautiful. Like when I first got drafted, a lot of people were saying like it was gonna be raining a lot. The weather wasn't gonna be too good. But the whole time I've been here, it's been pretty.
It's about to get real right now. I know you feel it. It's about to get real out here, man. What was it like making that play? I believe that was probably your biggest play of your career so far. You seem like a reserved type of person, but we all know ballers hit the field and flip a switch. What do you like when you're out there on the field in your element?
I'll say I'm not a super big trash talker. I just try to do my job to my best ability. As you see, like when I make a play, I get excited, celebrate with my teammates. So it'd be fun.
Yep.
How's the cornerback room been for you so far? And has someone really kind of took you under their wing? Who have you really looked up to as a veteran?
I'll say all of the guys. Like we bond like super good. I mean, anything I have a question about, I'm always asking the veterans, or anything they see me struggling with, they always pull me to the side and ask me, like, do I need help with anything? They willing to spend extra time with me. So all of the vets been great.
Man, we get to speak to you guys every week, a different player. And we talk to you guys when you're 3-0, and we've spoken to you guys when you're 3-3, and it doesn't seem like anybody has changed at all. Like the focus is still there with this team. The energy is still there. Why is that? Is it the coaching staff, Mike McDonald? What keeps this team so focused?
Right, and I'm glad that you said that, because after practice today, I'm glad like everybody had great energy, great juice. So I think we just continue to try to stack. We know we got a lot of games ahead of us as well. So just try to continue to build, and like I said, we got plenty more time to get more wins. So
yep.
You know, it's I gotta ask this question. I asked every single rookie we talked to this question. We've all had it. I know Bump has had it. I'll explain mine. It's a welcome to the NFL moment, right? Mine was the first day we ever had pads on. I was in San Diego, and I went over the middle, and I got crushed underneath the chin, and I had like 4 stitches. My very first time getting hit in practice. Have you had, it doesn't have to be a hit, it doesn't have to be just kind of like a welcome to the NFL moment, like here I am, wow, I just got kind of humbled a little bit or anything?
Yeah, in training camp, I was in with the Warrens, and I was going against DK Metcalf, and he ran like 3 back-to-back fade routes on me, and it was perfect placement by Gino, and DK was making some DK catches.
DK plays, yeah.
So, yeah.
I would say mine was when I was running up a seam and I had a linebacker running with me. And I'm like, you ain't supposed to be this close. I still had him by a couple steps, but like, you're not supposed to be this close.
Yeah.
Different level there, man. I know you can't tell us too much about, the game plan against Atlanta, but what are you seeing with the Falcons?
I think they're a pretty good, well-rounded football team. Got a great quarterback in Kirk Cousins. They added some weapons with Mooney this year. They got Drake London, which is a pretty good receiver also. So they got some weapons for sure. So it's going to be a good test.
Have you noticed kind of from your first week 1, to now where you're at week 6, just kind of a development or a kind of what it's like to be a pro in your preparation to get ready for the games? Has that changed much at all?
I'll say I think I had a pretty good plan like during training camp. So I think that just transpired over to the season, and I've been doing pretty good since.
Well, Nehemiah, we're glad you took time out of your day to hang out with us today. I know you guys got a big week, a long flight back south. You got to say hello to some family and stuff, so we appreciate you, man. Give it up one more time for cornerback Nehemiah Pritchet.
Thank you. Go Hawks.
All right, when we return, we'll get a Falcons preview. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
The Mike McDonald Show, the first word from the head coach after every Seahawks game.
You said you see a lot of positives. Let's start with those.
Well, I thought the guys played really, really hard. If we're out there and we're not playing to the level of effort, then that's not good. But I think the guys, they're fighting. The competitiveness, the spirit, the passion, the physicality, I think that's all there on tape. The effort is there and the competitiveness is there. We definitely have areas that we can build on for sure. And so we got to make sure we bring that every week.
Don't miss the Mike McDonald Show the morning after the Hawks game at 9:30 on Seattle Sports.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The dining district at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about hockey. Don't you love a sport where it's almost fair game to throw off your gloves and bare knuckle it in that gray area? Hockey brings excitement, intensity, passion, often drinking. It's like a party with a puck. If you enjoy too many shots at the bar while watching slap shots on the ice, don't try to make a breakaway because the police won't just stonewall your goal. They're much more likely to throw you in that penalty box. And it won't be just a few minutes to think about what you did. Go ahead, enjoy cracking one open. Just don't overdo it. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com for your free private consultation. Hockey is one of the only sports where you can wrap around the goal and there's no out of bounds. But the roadway is a different story. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY!
For many of us, it's happening. Your hair is thinning, your crown is disappearing. Hair loss had me feeling like I was losing my identity altogether. Well, I've got some good news. It's a simple one-day treatment that worked for me. The Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. It starts growing new hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly memberships. Those can help retain what you have. But what if you want your own natural hair in specific areas like I did? You decide how much, how thick, and where. From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to the world-class leading doctors like Dr. Perungo, it's not a maybe your hair will grow. It's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 425-449-8185. Advanced Hair is the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and they are the team that I personally recommend. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
All right, guys, it's Mike Salk here, and the summer is definitely over. I know you've had your fun. So did I. Maybe you let it get away from you a little bit, but now you know it's time to get back on track. Stop feeling frustrated and overwhelmed and start being excited about the new you. It's all possible. You got a teammate in Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. No gimmicks, no tricks, no drugs, no injections, just teaching you how to turn your body into a fat-burning machine and then keep that weight off for the long term. Eastside Weight Loss Clinic knows the secret for fast and lasting weight loss using real healthy foods that you buy at the grocery store and lifestyle strategies designed to reset your metabolism. So schedule your free online consultation at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. The program has successfully helped thousands of people lose 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 60 days, including myself. You can do it in person or virtually from anywhere you live. Schedule your free phone consultation today. Call 425-588-0080 or go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary. At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Have you recently tried to get a loan to buy a piece of real estate? Are you tired of dealing with banks, credit unions, and their endless guidelines? Wouldn't it be nice to go back in time when we had common sense lending? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital based in Bellevue. We are one of the largest local private portfolio lenders in Washington. We've helped thousands of home buyers and real estate investors reach their financial goals by leveraging the Legacy Common Sense borrowing platform. What that means is we lend our own money, we make our own decisions. If your deal makes sense, we'll get it done. Whether you're purchasing a new piece of real estate or refinancing an existing loan, bridge loans, construction, or regular home loan, it doesn't have to be as difficult as banks and lenders make it. If you're trying to grow wealth through real estate acquisition, come talk to the experts in private lending.
Call 425-635-4700 or LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, your common sense lender. LegacyG.com.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
Welcome back to Hawks Live. I'm Michael Bumpus with my guy, Brian Walters, man. The show is here at 7 o'clock every Thursday. You'll find us here, man, at Bellevue Square Center Court, man. We just spoke to Nehemiah Pritchet. It's always cool when you get to know the player, right? You guys see him out on the football field and see him making plays, and it's like it doesn't seem real, but then you sit down and talk to these young men and you figure out, one, why the Hawks drafted him, and then get to know him a little bit. And I think it's important to get to know these guys because they are people, you know what I mean? Not just football players. But Let's talk about these Falcons, man. It's an important week coming up for these Seahawks. Start off 3-0, you lose 3 in a row. Everybody's jumping ship. Not everybody. I know y'all not because you're here on a Thursday at Hawks Live, right? But a lot of people are jumping ship, saying they should do this, they should do that. But you got a game in front of you that I think they have a chance to win, B-Walt. So the Falcons are 4-2. Overall, offensively, the Falcons are 8th in the NFL. The Hawks are 7th. When it comes to running the football, the Falcons are 21st. The Hawks are 29th. Throwing the rock, the Hawks are 6th. The Falcons are 6th, the Hawks are 1st, and then points per game, the Falcons are putting up 24 a game, and the Hawks are doing the same. Defensively, they look similar as well. All right, 17th overall for the Falcons, 19th for the Hawks, 25th against the run, 27th for the Hawks, 9th against the pass, and 10th for the Seahawks. You look at the numbers, man, this should be an even game, but I feel like there are some advantages. The Falcons only have 5 sacks on the whole year, 5 sacks. They also have 5 interceptions. They have just as many interceptions as sacks. I think that's a unique stat right there. But when you look at these Falcons, what do you see? What do you think the advantages are?
I think that's exactly where my eyes went when I saw the 5 sacks. You went up against teams like the Lions. You have to go against Aiden Hutchinson. Then you go to the Giants, which, the Giants, we should have beat the Giants, but that is probably the best D-line in football right now. They lead the league in sacks, which is kind of mind-blowing to me. So, and you got Dexter Lawrence to deal with. Then you go to the 49ers, and you have Nick Bosa you got to deal with, and all those guys. And then you go to the Falcons, and you kind of don't know any names, and that is such a relief to me. The fact that they have the least amount of sacks in the league, and so I'm sitting here looking at the Falcons, and I'm going, what's giving us the most problems right now? And offensively, Seahawks offense against the defense, and it's been, our offensive line struggles. And if they don't have to deal with some of those superstars, I'm really looking forward to it's not a relaxing game, like for the offensive line, but at the same time, it's like, okay, like, let's get into our stuff. Let's protect Geno, and let's really see what this offense can do. And I expect some big numbers from him because of that reason, because Geno has been under pressure all year. He's been having to throw through tight windows, pockets closing on him. He's been trying to scramble. He's been trying to make plays that he's done really, really well with what he's been given so far, and same with Kenneth Walker in the running game. So I'm excited that we don't have to deal with the big name star, the big time defensive line. So it'll be a little bit different than past weeks, which plays into our advantage a little bit.
No, I love it. They had a 3-game stretch that was tough. You named all the names that you could, right? The New York Giants have the best defensive line in the game. I agree with you. The Detroit Lions are probably one of the 2 most well-rounded teams in the NFL. I threw the Baltimore Ravens in there as well. And then the 49ers are the 49ers. You know that they are going to tackle well. They're going to get to the football. So I'm looking at this offensive line, and I'm saying you don't get a week off, but you don't have to deal with as much as you have the past 2 weeks. And what that does, in my opinion, it allows them to gain some confidence, man, because in any sport, in life and work, if you don't have confidence, man, you don't stand a chance. So I'm excited for them to have an opportunity to do that. But I do want to see a clean pocket and make sure these guys are good to go. So it comes to stopping the run. Here's one thing the Falcons do have. They have 2 running backs who can get it done. You got Bijan Robinson out of Texas, and you have Algier, who was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. I think this is the way the NFL is going. You're not just going to have that one power back unless you are the Baltimore Ravens, unless you are the 49ers. You're going to have a 1-2 combo back there. So, once again, offensively, you don't have to worry about the D-line going crazy, but you do have to worry about 2 running backs who are more than capable.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all set up because of Kirk Cousins' ability to throw as well. So that's what gets these guys going. But we know what Bijan Robinson brings. I'm going to go fantasy football-wise, probably the number 2 pick for almost everyone here, right, behind Christian McCaffrey. He brings a lot to the table, but those backs are different. I think Algier's a little more of a power back, and it's almost – I'm not going to compare Bijan Robinson to Kenneth Walker because they're a little bit different, but I think that the Algier and the Charbonnet comparison is there. I think those are both the power backs you bring into your starter to kind of wear you down and keep hitting you that way. But those guys – I mean, with the struggles the Seahawks have shown the past 3 weeks, this is a little bit scary when you look at those 2 guys and like, all right, now we have to stop these 2 and some of the best runners in the game, and they bring a lot of problems. So it'll be interesting. But the 10 days off, you hope that these little fixes or adjustments that the Seahawks will make, we'll get them back on track. We're going to have Byron Murphy back. Byron Murphy, to me, is the main. Who have we had for the first 3 games versus who have we not had for the last 3 games? And Byron Murphy's what's the variable, the missing variable that I've seen there. He's the guy, and so I'm excited to get him back. We got the new guy from Jacksonville.
Yep.
I'm excited about that. So they're adding the pieces to really hone down on the running game and make Kirk Cousins go back and throw 50, 60 times a game.
Yeah, the same way you just described the backfield for the Falcons, I want to talk about the Seahawks backfield the same way, and I think there's a chance to do that. You have Ken Walker, who's a 1,000-yard rusher. You have Zach Charbonnet, who's a nice mix-up, but it's all about getting those guys going. Last game against the 49ers, we saw Ryan Grubb try to get the run game going, but once you're down 13, 20 points, you got to air it out and let it go because you need to get yards and points quickly. I want to see how he approaches this game because I think you have to be stubborn with the run at first, because the reason why those 2 running backs from the Falcons are able to go, one, they have talent, of course, but they got a pass game that can go. A couple games ago, Kirk Cousins throws for 500 yards. He's more than capable of tossing the ball across the yard. You got Drake London over there, the young player out of USC, drafted out of USC in his 3rd year. You have Kyle Pitts, the tight end out of Florida as well. So they got weapons. So just like we talked about the run game for the Falcons and their potential, I think we can do the same if the Hawks find a way just to get a man-on-a-man and get the run game going.
Yeah, exactly. And I loved I really did love what Grubb did against the 49ers. The way he came out and just said, we're going to establish this run, and really it's going to set up the play action and stuff for Geno. Did it work? Not as much as we would want it to, but the thought is there, and that's what you have to do, and that's what you have to keep doing every single game.
All right, man, we got a tough game this week, going down south to the Falcons and going to Atlanta and taking on the Falcons. All right, when we come back, we will chat with Seahawks Mike Morris. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit.
Roof now, pay later. Hi, I'm Sam Thomason, owner of State Roofing. Take advantage of our 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to a year. We've partnered with leading lenders to make the replacement or repair of your roof affordable. Flexible financing options are available to take the worry out of an unexpected expense. Call us today at 866-ROOF-ROOF to schedule a free no-obligation estimate or visit us at stateroofing.com. That's stateroofing.com.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need. This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Hey, it's G. Scott. Since the beginning in 2014, Nourishing Neighbors has raised over $36 million to help food banks and other hunger relief agencies in Washington. The Albertsons and Safeway Foundation would like to sincerely thank all the customers, employees, and partners over the past 10 years. Nourishing Neighbors continues to support initiatives including food for kids, grocery cards for the holidays, and innovation grants, so please keep donating and volunteering. Visit nourishingneighbors.com to learn more.
Hey, Mike Salk here. You looking for a fun night out? Snoqualmie Casino's just the place to go. Breathtaking views of the Snoqualmie Valley, great live entertainment, amazing happy hour options, so check them out at snocasino.com. It is Seattle's closest Snoqualmie Casino.
Hi, I'm Stuart Holmes, Elections Director for Washington State. Free, fair, and secure elections are the backbone of our democracy. No matter what's on the ballot, election officials work tirelessly to ensure every eligible voter's voice is heard. Regular integrity checks against federal and state databases ensure Washington's voter roll is clean and accurate. Check your voter registration at votelaw.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of Secretary of State and aired in cooperation with the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hey, Brock Ewart here, and the Harnish Auto family is so excited to team up with the Carol Milgard Breast Center in the fight against breast cancer. For every test drive this month, they'll donate $25 in both Puyallup and Everett. Harnish Auto family. People matter.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
You are listening to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. The show starts at 7 on every Thursday right here on Seattle Sports 710, broadcasting live from Bellevue Square Center Court. All right, now, via the phone line, we are joined now by defensive lineman Mike Morris. Mike, how we doing?
Oh, we're doing great. I didn't think y'all were going to have me on here so quick. I got some boba in my mouth.
It's all
I'm
good.
drinking some tea. I'm drinking some tea with some boba in it, man.
Hey, take your
My
time.
bad.
Take your time. You good. You good, baby. You good. Hey, again, thanks for joining us, man. My first question is, I'm watching you this year, and you're a versatile player, man. You know, I've seen you in the A-gap taking on the doubles. I've seen you on the edge, man. How do you change up your game according to where you're lined up defensively?
I feel like you have to. You have to be very versatile when it comes to the NFL, especially with just knowing my role in the team. Like, I have to be very honest with myself and everything that's going on. There are a lot of guys in front of me who have a lot more experience and who have done this for a very long time. Leo's going on his 10th year. I think Jay Reed's going on his 8th or 9th year. Hank is going on his 12th year. So it's a lot of guys up there who have been in the league for a long time. So I need to get in where I fit in and make sure I'm as versatile as possible so the coaches feel that they can put me out there and have trust and faith in it. So it just like I kind of have to live in that world from what my DC told me. Like I have to be that.
Hey, Mike, you might think this is creepy. Last year you came on the show. I was here. We interviewed you. Awesome job. And then from that point forward, I think you got injured that next week. And your shoulder, you went down. And
I think I was injured when we did that.
When we did that show, I think, yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly what it was. But every single week, we're coming from the press box, we're walking down, and when you're injured, you're on IR, you sit in the suite, and you were walking down to the field. Every time I'd walk by you, and you're 6'6", 295, and I just talked to you, but man, I was intimidated by you, man. You're giant. And I was gonna say what's up, hey Mike, but every single time I walked by you, but I chickened out. I didn't say what's up. But on that note,
that's crazy.
Every time, I don't know why. It won't happen again. But you're not up there anymore. Now you're playing. You're on the sideline. You're healthy.
Yeah.
But Hey, tell me about that process. Just kind of battling the shoulder injury, getting back, and now you're out there every single game this year. How's that been for you?
Man, it's been amazing. It's definitely been a journey. Just not only having a surgery, but just working my way back into it, and also like as athletes, we kind of have to build up that courage and trust ourselves with coming back from injury. So I've been dealing with that, and like now, like just believe it or not, like right now is where I finally like actually just feel comfortable with my shoulder and feel comfortable with everything that's going on with my body. So it's been a grind, but I'm happy that I'm here in this place right now. Mentally.
We're talking to D lineman Mike Morris, man. So obviously Mike McDonald is here, and you ran his defense when you were in Michigan. So I know you're a younger guy on the team, but were you kind of like, all right, fellas, let me show you how this is done. This is what he means when he uses this type of terminology. How have you been able to help the defense?
Nah. I just let the coaches coach. I didn't want to be that guy. That was one of the main emphasis I never wanted to be. Cause like I'm not gonna lie, Aiden and Javo used to talk about me a lot of how like their nickname for me in college was Coach Mo, and because I was just coaching people up too much, so I just took the back row seat, especially like not playing last year, and just like letting the coaches coach and the coaches handle what they handle, and just sit in the back and just know what they're talking about. I know the whole terminology, the whole defense, how it's orchestrated. But I'm just sitting back and letting the coaches handle their business.
Hey, well, all right, so the defensive side of the ball, you got that down. But what about special teams? One, did you ever have to play much special teams when you were at Michigan? And then two, kind of how's that adjustment been? Because you're like a huge part of the special teams now for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, just the versatility. You gotta just help the team out as much as possible. But Coach Jay was trying to get me in the special teams realm when I was in college. And I was just like, nah, I don't do that. just like as like a young guy, and then by the time I was like a big dog, it was kind of too late. But all I did in college, especially, was like punt return. So I just go and rush and then just walk while they return the ball. But this year, I've taken it on myself just with being with Coach Jay, being one of his players back in Michigan. This is definitely taking it upon myself to just make sure that he's one of the best special team coaches in the National Football League, and my return men are one of the best in the league also. So just wanting to be a key guy in that instance, and just helping my team in the best way I can, and my coaches also.
You mentioned the return guys, man. LaVisca took one to the house. What's that like for you guys, man? Obviously, he gets a lot of the shine and the love, but it don't happen without you guys, man. How excited was that unit to see him take one to the house?
Man, it was nice. And the thing about like LaVisca that what made it so special for us is like he's a teams guy. You know, he's all about the team, doing whatever he can to help the guys out. And when that happened, it was just, I feel like it was a moment for all of us that we all scored on that play. Like the whole special teams unit scored on that play. Because previously he fumbled and he was beating himself up about it, and we just kept reaffirming him that, bro, you're our guy. Like, they'll kick it to you again, and we're going to be good. And they kicked it to him again, and then he took it to the house. So that's a testament to just who he is as a character, but also who we were and having his back.
Hey, looking forward to the Falcons. You know that they have two big-time running backs. They're tough to stop. You know,
yes.
How excited are you, or what kind of challenges does that bring for you guys, and just to kind of get things right with the Falcons?
It gives us a great opportunity to kind of set the record straight, because these last 3 weeks have been hard, difficult, and we've been battling like a lot of injuries. That's not an excuse, but we just kind of need to set the record straight on who we are in the NFL, and kind of just like tell everybody like, nah, those games were flukes. Like, this is who we really are, you know? And just kind of just tell everybody we're here. Because there's a lot of, you look back at the film from the last 3 games, like, in those 3 games, we shot ourselves in the foot every chance we could have got, and we still ended up almost winning every single one of those games. So if we just eliminate those things and eliminate just the self-inflicted wounds, those games could have turned the tide, and we could have probably been sitting here 6-0.
Yeah, man, I think you learn a lot. You learn a lot after losses. And I know you don't want to lose games, but if there's a silver lining.
You don't want to learn. I don't want to learn.
Yeah, right. I don't want to learn. I just want to win. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. But what have you learned, though, after the losses about this team and just about Mike McDonald and his leadership?
I feel like this team is definitely gritty in all aspects of the word. Because after every single one of those games, we could have easily been a team to be like, nah, we're just going to kind of fold and crumble. And we see teams all like that all around the league. And when things go hard, it's just like, kind of just like, all right, bro, game's over. Like, I'm still getting my check. But we made it very clear of who we want to be as a team and how we want to play. And if we're going to lose, we're going to lose on our terms. And I felt like every one of those games we lost on our terms. Even with the self-inflicted wounds, we showed everyone that when we come to play, like, do not sleep on us because we will punch you in the mouth. And it's just, again, eliminating self-inflicted wounds, and that's it. Like, we're one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me put that into
I like it. I'm fired up. I'm gonna jump through a wall. Hey, and on that, you guys had 3 games in 11 days. That's tough on a player. I've done that. It's tough to recover. But then you had a little mini bye week, is what we called it. What have you done the last 3 days? Have you got away from football, cleared your mind? Have you stayed in football? What's been going on the last? We're past it, but over the weekend.
I sat down on the couch and relaxed. Like, I went to like an AEW event out here, a wrestling event.
Yep.
Just to kind of just get away from football a little bit, because this job can be really stressful, even though it should never be looked upon like that. But I feel like every job is a lot, especially when things aren't going the way you want it to, and we're not winning, and it could easily be frustrating. So you just kind of got to remove yourself. And also, like, this game takes so much time away from our families, because, like, there are times where I want to be home or my fiance has something to tell me, but she can't tell me. I can't talk about it because I'm at work and my phone's on Do Not Disturb. So just taking that time to spend time with your family is definitely something that I look forward to.
All right, so you said you were on the couch. So when you're on the couch, are you gaming? Netflix? You say you got a fiance. Y'all watching Love Is Blind? Like, what's on the agenda?
Nah. I can't get on that wave. I'm not gonna. I'm a big kid, so I like watching like all the old Disney movies that I grew up watching. Trying to find a show to watch with us, because he watched. We just finished. What's it called? Modern Family. So we're trying to find a similar show to that. And we finished The Office before that, so
yeah,
we've already watched them before, but we're just kind of just running through that. So we're in that like comedy sitcom phase right now, and we're trying to just find a new show.
Hey, Mike, you mentioned AEW event. Are you AEW or are you WWE? What's your preference there?
Hey man, don't be messy.
You trying to mess up his money. You trying to mess up his money.
He's trying to be messy, man.
My bad. All right, I'm out.
He's trying to be messy. I'm not going to answer that question. That question sounds like a double-edged sword.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Mike, always a pleasure talking to you, man. Safe travels. Go down to the South and do your thing, man. We appreciate your time.
Oh, for sure, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Hey, come join us here at Hawks Live at Bellevue Square Center Court, where you'll have a chance to win gift cards from the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. Tonight, they're giving away gift cards at Tavern Hall and Wild Ginger. When we return, we'll go around the NFL. That is next, right here on Hawks Live.
Seattle Sports, your home for Bump and Stacy.
Gino, who's coming off his worst game of the season.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
But has kept this offense afloat. This team would be 1-5 if it wasn't for Gino.
I feel the same way. I don't know how anyone, and I say this coming off of Gino's worst game, but I don't know how anyone watches this season and thinks Gino is the problem.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2. Read up on the latest news and opinions at seattlesports.com.
Hey, Mike Salk here, and we got some exciting news at the station. Riverside Roofing and 710 have renewed our partnership into a deal that will carry us into our 8th calendar year working together. A big thank you to Don, Brandon, Jordan. Not only are those guys terrific roofers and businessmen, but even better people. And I've been fortunate to get to know them, text them back and forth, playing golf together. Just truly awesome people. And all that matters when choosing who you want to work with. People want to work with people they like. And most importantly, they want to work with people they can trust. And that's Riverside Roofing. You've heard me say it for years now, and you'll continue to hear it for a whole lot longer because it's true and it works. We've had people text into the show. They say, Salk, you told me I could trust them, and you were right. If you have an upcoming roof replacement, they need to be your first call. Again, big thank you and congratulations to Riverside Roofing. You can find them at riversideroofingllc.com, and they are the roofing company you can trust. That's riversideroofingllc.com.
Seattle is home to Swedish CyberKnife, a non-invasive and highly precise treatment for prostate cancer. Compared with other radiation treatments, CyberKnife treatment is much shorter, typically 5 treatments. The vast majority of patients experience minimal side effects and can continue normal activities during treatment. Swedish CyberKnife patients enjoy excellent cancer control rates and minimal disruption to normal activities. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
When an 18-wheeler ran a red light and took the life of a Tacoma man in 2021, his family trusted Davis Law Group to fight for them. And we recovered a $3.5 million settlement and held the trucking company accountable for his death. Accident victims have trusted Davis Law Group to win their case for the past 30 years. And hundreds of 5-star reviews from real clients are proof that we've earned that trust. Call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at washingtonaccidentbooks.com.
In the wake of recent hurricanes, many families are struggling to rebuild their lives. But together we can bring hope and help where it's needed most. Join Bonneville Seattle in our Hope After the Hurricanes initiative. We're partnering with the American Red Cross to deliver vital relief to those affected. Your donation, no matter how small, helps provide food, shelter, and medical assistance to those in urgent need. Donate now and help bring hope back to hurricane victims. Visit mynorthwest.com for more information.
Hey diamond lovers, Shane Company knows fine jewelry. That means a lot when you're looking for a dream engagement ring, a beautiful keepsake, or the perfect gift. When it's this important, you want someone who knows exactly how to work with your budget, not against it. Someone who knows you deserve a piece more beautiful than you've ever imagined. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've always sourced our diamonds and gemstones directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. Come see us in store and compare our wide selection of diamonds, rubies, and a rainbow of sapphires in different shapes and sizes. So many in stock and ready to take home today. Create your dream engagement ring in 3 easy steps, or pick a perfectly preset ring that's created by our in-house design team. Browse our selection of fine jewelry gifts for everyone in your life, from diamond and gemstone studs to must-have tennis bracelets and beautiful birthstone necklaces. With our everyday competitive prices and unmatched free lifetime warranty, Shane Company is your go-to destination for fine jewelry. Visit shaneco.com and come in to see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District of the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live every Thursday at 7 o'clock right here on Seattle Sports 710. I'm Michael Bumpus with Brian Walters, and we here with the people. Thank you for joining us live, and if you're listening, thanks for joining us on this Thursday. It is time for us to go around the NFL. If you wanted to know, the Broncos are getting it done 26-3 in New Orleans. Sean Payton, welcome back, and he's doing his thing, man. I don't know if I picked the Broncos to win or not. I think I picked them to win. I'm not sure. I'm just going to say I did because it makes me look smart. All right, let's go around the NFL, man. The biggest news, we're talking about receivers. You got 2 receivers up here. We're going to talk about receivers. So we'll go with the smaller news with the receiver before we get to the big one. Amari Cooper is out of Cleveland. The nightmare is over for him. He led the league in drops, but I want to say partly because of his quarterback situation, the stress that he's under. We spoke to somebody over there in Cleveland. They said he's essentially checked out. They knew this team wasn't going anywhere, didn't believe in Deshaun Watson. He checked out. He has another chance this year to get it done, going to the Buffalo Bills, and I think that's the best thing to happen to Josh Allen. He starts the season undefeated, hadn't turned the football over, but didn't have that number 1 target at receiver. Now he has it in Amari Cooper. What does that do for Josh in his game?
Yeah, I'm curious how quick he can get into the mix and start understanding the playbook and how Josh Allen works. Because what a weapon. What a pickup by the Bills, too. I saw a stat that they're only owing about $800,000 of Amari's salary because the Browns converted his salary to a signing bonus at the beginning of the year. So now the Bills are only on the hook for that small portion. So, I mean, to me, this is just brilliant by the Bills to give, as long as that he's with Josh Allen, he's not drop happy.
Right.
Because if he starts dropping passes and Josh Allen can't count on him, that's a big thing. Then it's just then you start getting on Amari Cooper about that. So it'll be fun to see how they work and how quickly the chemistry can be built between those two, because it's not going to be right away. He's not going to be able to go in there and understand how Josh Allen works, how he's calling plays right away. But give it 3-4 weeks. I see that being a huge weapon for him.
All right, so that is the smaller news. Still big news for the Bills with smaller news. The biggest one is, Aaron Rodgers. They've been talking about this for about a year and a half. Gets his wide receiver in Davante Adams right after a game where he tosses a ball up to Mike Williams. Mike Williams doesn't catch the football. Rodgers is throwing him under the bus, saying he didn't get to the red line. I saw the film. There are things that Rodgers could have done to help him get to the midline or red line, but you got to be where it's supposed to be. So now he doesn't have to worry about that. Davante Adams is back. He's actually living with Aaron Rodgers right now. So they're rooming together. They're getting to know the playbook. They play Russell Wilson and the Steelers. Side note, Russell might start this week. We got two of the old heads going at it, but let's focus on Davante Adams and what that means to the Jets.
Yeah, well, you look at that and you go Davante Adams, Garrett Wilson. I mean, those are two dynamic receivers that Aaron Rodgers has. So no more excuses for Aaron Rodgers.
Nah.
There's not. I mean, this is now. The Jets are wanting to win right now, and if they don't, then you got to put it all on Aaron Rodgers. They've already scapegoated Robert Saleh for, I think, the struggles of Aaron Rodgers and now Mike Williams. So they're giving Aaron Rodgers every way out. So now it's his time to perform. And on that note, since we're talking about salary, Davante's owed $11.4 million by the Jets. So they didn't get quite as good of a deal as far as a bargain, but I think they get a better receiver when it comes to Davante Adams compared to Amari Cooper.
And there's some urgency over there. It's win now. Aaron Rodgers is 40. I mean, he ain't going to play forever. So when you have the defense that they have, they got guys in the first, second, and third level. You have the running game that they have in Breece Hall. You have the receivers that they have, Devontae, you got Garrett, and don't forget Lazard, who's coming off a big game, had 100 yards last game. It's all set up for them to win. They get rid of their head coach. They demote the offensive coordinator. I mean, they've been doing a whole bunch of stuff over there in New York, so they better get it done or it's all for nothing. We shall see. All right, let's talk about Russell Wilson. Justin Fields, 4-2, has not turned the ball over one time, accounted for 10 touchdowns, and Mike Tomlin is saying, look, I told Russell Wilson he had the pole position going into the season. He got injured. His calf is jacked up. I'm going to give him an opportunity. What does this mean to you? Because there's a couple ways you can look at this. What angle are you looking at Russell Wilson possibly getting the start on Sunday?
I have two angles on this. One, I kind of respect Mike Tomlin for this because I've never thought players should lose their starting spot to an injury. I think that's just kind of a part of the game. And, guys should be able to have the chance to prove, hey, this was a fluke thing. Let me get back in. Let me prove myself. Let me put up the numbers. On the other hand, I think, the Steelers have been winning. Justin Fields has been I wouldn't say he's winning games for the Steelers, but he's not losing them for the Steelers.
Right.
He's showing his athleticism. He's using his legs a lot. Their whole playbook, you could tell, is different because of him, because they're designed quarterback runs with him and just kind of getting him out there running with the Najee Harris and that running attack that they have. They're incorporating Justin Fields into that. They're not going to do that with Russell Wilson. So what I'm kind of curious about is how this offense is going to change. I know Russell's going to hand it off a lot because that's what they want to do. They want to hand it off, but they're not going to be having design runs for Russ. He can't run anymore. Not like he could, not like he used to. So I think they're going to open up the passing game a little bit with Russ. And you know what? Part of me, just throw this out there, thinks that they want Russ to perform well as trade bait to show that he still has value and then get some trade for him at some point. And Justin Fields is their younger, more athletic guy to lead the team in the future.
I like that angle. I'm also looking at the angle that they're trying to see who they're going to roll with for the next 2 years. Because then you can draft a quarterback, you can develop them. Who do they want to kind of lead the charge for a couple years as they figure it out? if they go Justin Fields, there's no rush to draft a quarterback. If you go Russell Wilson, you got to get one within the next year or so. This is wild to me. I get it because I feel like Russell Wilson opens up the playbook a bit more for Arthur Smith. But I also feel like if the young man is winning ball games, you let him ride it until you're not winning ball games. I think you're tied for first place in the AFC North, or you're in first place. Like, they're in control, but you know that Baltimore is getting better. You know that the Bengals aren't going to go anywhere. The Browns, say goodbye to them. But it's a 3-horse race, so it's an interesting move. I wasn't prepared for that one.
It's a really – I can't imagine what that team meeting was like. I mean, I'm sure Tomlin didn't announce it in front of the whole team, but, you know, you're 4-2 and you're winning, and all of a sudden we're making a change at quarterback, which I don't know if that's happened ever in the league, that they're going to bench their starter or not their starter. Technically, yes. Justin Fields was their backup going into the year. So I get it. I give him a chance. Give Russ a chance. Maybe Russ can rejuvenate his career and finish off there. So I'm excited to watch him play again, see if he's coming back healthy.
And then in Las Vegas, you get rid of Devontae. This is just saying, look, we're trying to rebuild over here. Gardner Minshew was no longer the starter. Go Cougs. You got O'Connell over there doing his thing. Antonio Pierce. The honeymoon is over with him. No more in the locker room smoking cigars, celebrating these little victories. They got to get down to business. So we're seeing a transition going on throughout the league. So, So with Amari Cooper going to the Bills, now going to the season, the Bills are already considered contenders. Does that increase, you think, their chances? Because you still got the Chiefs over there. You still got Baltimore. I always describe the AFC as like the prestigious conference when it comes to quarterbacks. And then you come to the NFC and it's kind of like, hey, this is more of the collective group. But how much better does that move make the Bills?
Yeah, it's almost a replacement for Stephon Diggs in a way. It's that they're still looking for that big playmaker. And, Stephon Diggs, we've seen what he's doing now in Houston. He's continued to perform. So they got to get that guy back that can kind of be that game changer a little bit. So I think the Bills are always contenders no matter what. Without Amari or with Amari, they're still contenders. But they're trying to get themselves over that hump to beat the Chiefs and get to that Super Bowl because they haven't been able to do it. So if Amari's the piece of the puzzle that does that and gives them that extra weapon, then what a move. I think regardless, it's a great move by them, even if it doesn't get them past the Chiefs.
All right, that was Around the NFL on Hawks Live. When we come back, Seahawks, they got some roster moves going down. We'll talk about that next.
Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. The best place to watch all your favorite sports. Featuring wall-to-wall viewing screens, 6 windows, and 30 kiosks. Be there at emeraldqueen.com. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Are you constantly dealing with a runny nose, nasal congestion, or stuffiness? Always having to clear your throat or coughing? I'm Dr. Ryan Stern with the Stern Sinus Center. Rhine-Air is a simple, non-invasive procedure that can significantly reduce your symptoms. This long-lasting treatment is available here in my office. In a clinical study, 88% of Rhine-Air patients experienced a significant reduction in their symptoms. We're proud the Stern Sinus Center was recently named a nationwide center of excellence. Schedule your appointment in Auburn or Federal Way or go to sternsinus.com.
I'm attorney Rob Iddens, proud Marine Corps veteran and owner of Warrior Injury Law. I'm a 5th-generation Pacific Northwesterner, graduated from UW and Seattle U School of Law. At Warrior Injury Law, we have years of experience in the trenches, fighting insurance companies for the people of Washington, my people. If you've been injured, you need a lawyer that is tough, confident, and battle-tested. Call us at 253-WARRIOR for your free case review. Warrior Injury Law. Battle-tested.
Transform your home from top to bottom with State Roofing. Hi, it's Sam Thomason, owner of State Roofing. It's not just about a new roof, it's about a new look for your entire home. Deck out your backyard or give your exterior a facelift with our siding and window options. And there's no better time to start than now with our incredible offer. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Why wait to make your dream home a reality? We do more than just roofs. Visit stateroofing.com. Let's talk about what's possible for your home.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunk Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
We get it about battery trouble being a bother. Nobody likes a dead battery in a dark parking lot in the rain. But if you have 15 minutes, then why don't you stop into Pacific Power Batteries for a free battery load test? Beats the heck out of being stranded. So if you have a minute this week, how about stopping in to one of our 7 stores for a quick test? It's free, we aren't predators, and chances are good that you'll leave us with one more thing checked off your to-do list. Pacific Power Batteries, family owned and operated since 1985.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. So let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years, like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models? Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of their National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through October 20th. Stop by any of their participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer.
You are listening to Hawks Live. I got Brian Walters filling in for Paul Moyer. I am Michael Bumpus. Every Thursday, right here on Seattle Sports 710, you can holler at us, man. There are some things that have been going down with the Seahawks, man. Unfortunately, Rayshawn Jenkins was put on the IR. So what does that mean for the Hawks? That means that you might see Kobe Bryant. That means Ty Okada has been elevated from the practice squad. Also, if you didn't know, if you haven't heard, the Hawks brought over a man by the name of Roy Robertson Harris from the Jaguars. He's a defensive lineman, can play inside, he can play outside. There have been some things going down. Artie Burns is banged up. Trey Brown we'll see more of. Nehemiah Pritchet is going to get some more opportunity to play because of the injuries. This is just the football season. This is how things happen, man. I got my opportunity in the NFL because guys went down and you have to stay ready. I don't know how you got yours, man. You were just nice like that. Maybe, they just gave you an opportunity. But this is the NFL, man. What is this? As a guy who was a number 2 to start this whole thing, and we heard from Pritchett, it's just important that you're always locked in. You are focused, ready to go, because you never know when your number is going to be called.
You know, to answer your question, Bump, I think I had about 3 guys get hurt in front of me before I finally got my shot.
Okay.
So it's just next man up.
It's not just me then. Okay,
no,
cool.
not just you. Yes, and what we talked about with Nehemiah Pritchet a little bit was the fact that he's on the sideline. He was a 4-year starter at Auburn, right?
Yeah.
And so now he's forced with this task that he's got to be on the sideline, kind of taking mental reps the whole time. You got to be in these games. You got to be, studying the tendencies that they're showing you. How are they attacking the corners without even playing, without even being out there? Because when one guy goes down, like Reek did, you're thrown into the fire,
Right.
and there can't be a missed beat there. And when he came in, made that big stop on 3rd down against the Giants, and he said, hey, we've seen these tendencies all game. He was in it. He's locked in. So that's the challenge. That's the challenge to all these guys asked to step up. If it's Kobe Bryant, where Rayshon Jenkins is on the IR now, Kobe Bryant's asked to step up, he's the guy that's got to fill in, and there can't be the gap. And, it's not – we've been talking about injuries all year with the Seahawks, but the Seahawks aren't the only team dealing with injuries. This is every single team thinks they have the injury bug at this point of the year, because they all do. It's football. There's going to be injuries, so I think that's the importance of the roster and the depth, bringing guys in I'm going to butcher the name, Roy Robertson Harris.
There you go.
There we go. That's the first time. We need to find a nickname for him. That's what we need to do. We need to find
we got to ask him.
We got to ask him.
What do they
call you? I can't keep saying Roy Robertson Harris. Did it again, right? Robertson. I messed it up. Anyway, but bringing depth like that in is huge, because now if you have a guy like Byron Murphy go down like he did, you just have more rotation, more guys, because we noticed guys were getting tired up front.
Yep.
Guys were standing a little taller than we're used to than they were the first 3 games when the rotation was full. Guys were getting a little taller, maybe driven back a couple more yards than they're used to, and that's going to happen when you don't have really the depth that you're used to. So bringing guys in like that, next man up, it'll be fun to see these guys step up.
And at the beginning of the season, we just talked about the depth of the secondary, the safeties, the corners, not knowing or anticipating that you're going to need that depth, right? We've seen Reek Woolen go out. Trey Brown get some opportunity. Jenkins is out now. Kobe's going to get some burn. And let's talk about Kobe for a minute, man. Kobe is interesting to me because when he came into the league, he's a Jim Thorpe Award winner, best corner in the game, opposite of Sauce Gardner. And he's causing turnovers, and for some reason, he kind of just fade out of what the Hawks were trying to do. Sometimes that's just out of, look, this guy is playing just a bit better. He's a bit older. He knows our scheme. But I'm excited for Kobe because this gives him an opportunity to reestablish himself as a contributor, not just a guy who runs down on special teams and makes plays.
Yeah, and to me, it's kind of a testament to Kobe, because I think that the secondary is so deep that I think coaches realize, hey, we need Kobe on the field, and the quickest way for him to get on the field is to move to safety, but he has the ability to be a safety. He has the ability to make plays as safety, not necessarily a corner, but he's going to get on the field faster that way, and now we're seeing it. So I don't think we've ever seen Kobe really get into full swing of things. He's never been that like every down kind of guy for the Seahawks, really. So it'll be fun to kind of see him get in that game mode. We know what that is, Bump, right? There's a big difference. A guy that goes in every 7 plays, once every 7 plays, once every 10 plays, to fill a role for a guy who's tired and needs a breather, right, as a receiver, or as opposed to you're in there every second, every 3rd down, every passing situation. You're in there almost every single play. You almost get in you get in the zone, you get in the game mode, and your game changes. I feel like you almost care less, if that makes sense, and you're just in the game playing. You're not thinking about, man, this one play I'm in, I'd better not mess this up. That's not what you're doing. So getting Kobe into that zone, playing safety, where he's in every single down, it'll be fun to watch him in action, I think.
So Kobe will get more action. We're going to anticipate seeing Wallace as well. We've seen Wallace this year. He's made a couple plays himself. So you're really seeing the depth of this secondary, unfortunately, but fortunately, because you have some guys who can play and get her done. All right, let's focus on the Falcons here for a little bit. This is going to be a battle of the quarterbacks, I feel like. Both teams want to get the run game going, but both teams lean on their quarterbacks to set the tone and get her going. I would love for Geno not to throw the ball 50 times. If he doesn't throw the ball 50 times, that means the run game is going. On the other hand, I would love for Kirk Cousins to throw the ball 50 times because that means their run game is not going. We haven't seen a lot of play action, and I think Geno operates well when you can run the ball and hit him with the play action.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's the importance of getting the run game going, and both teams will be doing that. To me, the Falcons team, it's almost these teams are trending in almost two opposite directions, which is kind of, the Falcons have won 3 in a row. Seahawks have lost three games in a row. And so this is, but we keep looking at it on paper. We look at the stats. We look at what the Falcons have, and it's a good matchup for the Seahawks. It's a matchup that we still feel the Seahawks should win. They should come out on top of this one. Where the Falcons have really kind of impressed me a little bit is their ability to win in different ways. They've had, out of 4 wins, they've had Kirk Cousins go for over 500 yards, and that's how they won the game.
Yep.
They've had the running backs go off, and that's how they've run the game. And then they've had their kicker just have to make a bunch of kicks, and they've won a game that way. So they've won games in multiple ways. So I don't think the Seahawks game plan, I don't think that they're going to be able to just take one thing away because they're pretty efficient in all these things, running. But if you're going to do it, you said it at the very start, is make Kirk Cousins throw it 50, 60 times a game, because I think our DBs match up well with their receivers. I really do. I think Witherspoon, I think if Trey Brown plays, Reek plays, I think they just match up with Drake London, Darnell Mooney, and Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts has been a little bit of a disappointment for the Falcons. I've heard, rumblings of him being kind of lazy, and we knew that going in. He's not going to be the blocker that they expect him, so he's almost just a big, maybe slower receiver. And I think we match up with that. I think Julian Love, I think guys like that take care of that. So I like the secondary matchup against the pass catchers of the Falcons.
Yeah, for Kyle Pitts, man, when you're the number 4 pick overall, they're expecting you to go for at least 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns every year. He's yet to do that, but he's also had a few quarterbacks over there, right? You have Mariota there for a minute, Desmond Ridder there as well. So there's room for growth when it comes to him over there. All right. Running game. Got to get this running game going. And I went on our show, on the Bumpin' Station show, 10 to 2. If you guys ain't doing that throughout the day, holla at me. And I went out there and I said, look, man, you're not going to get 4 or 5 linemen to show up tomorrow and kind of save the day. So it's up to the coaches to try to get the best out of these guys that they have here and try to coach them up. Because I watched the film, and it's just little things. You and I were talking over dinner, and we talked about that last run by the 49ers to seal the game. And you said what? It was blocked just perfectly.
To perfect. When you get on a whiteboard and you draw the lines like, hey, you're blocking this linebacker, and you put the little line to seal them off. I mean, it was that. It was that in perfection. Just everything you drew up was perfect. And no play you ever draw on a whiteboard turns out the way you draw it, and that one did.
Yeah, and so I'm not asking for those guys to be the 49ers and execute that play that perfectly, but if you are 6-something, 300 pounds, and you just get to the right guy, good things are going to happen because you have running backs who can manipulate, run around, and do all that good stuff. So I'm looking forward to see how the coaches prepare this offensive line because you have who you have. There's not going to be a huge trade at the trade deadline and bring in 3 or 4 guys. This is who you have. So get the run game going. I also want to see something that we've been asking for, and we're actually seeing a bit more of it this year, just the screen game get going. If you cannot protect your quarterback consistently, what do? You get the screen game going quickly. All right. Hey, make sure you get out to Bellevue Collection Dining District. So many great restaurants to choose from. Today, we had our pre-show meal at Tavern Hall. I had the spicy chicken pizza. Our producer had the spicy chicken sandwich, and B-Walt had pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza. He stepped outside the box. He tried something new and went pepperoni pizza.
Do I regret it? No,
you don't.
It was delicious.
Okay. All right, when we come back, we'll go inside the film room, man. We're going to break down some plays. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends. And explore the lively nightlife scene. The dining district at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
All right, guys, you looking for a fun night out? It's Mike Salk here to remind you that Snoqualmie Casino is just the place to go, unwind, and have some fun and eat some great food. Make sure to check out 12 Moons. And then Vista Prime Steaks and Seafood has the amazing happy hour menu that starts at 4 p.m. And Falls Buffet, they're serving up all your favorites like the prime rib every day, the fresh pasta, made-to-order stir-fry noodles, pizza, salad bar, dessert bar. They make their pies every day. All with breathtaking views of the Snoqualmie Valley and Mount Si. It is Seattle's closest, only 30 minutes from downtown, Snoqualmie Casino. Please game responsibly.
I formed Davis Law Group about 30 years ago, and once I wrote my first book, it proved to be hugely popular. I decided to write then a series of books in different accident cases. I've found that having a client that is educated and knowledgeable about their particular type of case really helps the client and also usually ends up making the case or the claim more successful. To get your free copy of any of my Washington accident books, visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
As fall and winter weather sets in, your lawn becomes a muddy mess, and your kids and pets bring the mud inside. But with Synthetic Turf Northwest, you can have a lush, green yard year-round. No mud, no mess. Their premium synthetic turf systems drain fast and stay clean, no matter how hard it rains. Right now, during the Fall Blitz, you can save up to $1,500 on a new synthetic lawn. So say goodbye to muddy paws and say hello to your dream lawn. Call Synthetic Turf Northwest today or visit syntheticturfnorthwest.com to get started.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
In the wake of recent hurricanes, many families are struggling to rebuild their lives. But together we can bring hope and help where it's needed most. Join Bonneville Seattle in our Hope After the Hurricanes initiative. We're partnering with the American Red Cross to deliver vital relief to those affected. Your donation, no matter how small, helps provide food, shelter, and medical assistance to those in urgent need. Donate now and help bring hope back to hurricane victims. Visit mynorthwest.com for more information.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-330-2929. 800-330-2929. 800-330-2929.
Hey, it's G. Scott. Since the beginning in 2014, Nourishing Neighbors has raised over $36 million to help food banks and other hunger relief agencies in Washington. The Albertsons and Safeway Foundation would like to sincerely thank all the customers, employees, and partners over the past 10 years. Nourishing Neighbors continues to support initiatives including food for kids, grocery cards for the holidays, and innovation grants, so please keep donating and volunteering. Visit nourishingneighbors.com to learn more.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live. I'm Michael Bumpus. This is my guy, Brian Walters, man, presenting live from the Dining District at Bellevue Square. We are at Center Court every Thursday at 7 right here on Seattle Sports 710. It's time to go into the film room. This is what keeps me young and alive, is watching film. All right, I know people watch the game, but I can't wait till I get home and the all 22 is up, and I can get in coach mode, and we're texting back and forth between the broadcast crew and trying to figure out what went right and what went wrong. So this first play, after a fumble, Laviska Shenault gets another opportunity. He goes 97 yards on a kick return to the house.
Come up short, out to the 3-yard line is Laviska Shenault. Out across the 20, cuts back inside, 25-30, breaks a tackle, he's on the run, he could go, 40, 35 being chased, 20, 15, 10, Laviska Shenault, our hero of the game so far, touchdown, Seahawks! Just exactly when the Seahawks needed something to happen, some bit of good luck, Laviska Shenault takes it almost 100 yards for the touchdown.
So if I remember correctly, they were down 23-3 at this point. Laviska Shenault had fumbled a kick return prior to this, and the Niners score, and you got to make something happen, and this is how you do it. I'm sitting next to a kick return extraordinaire, so you let me know what you see, B.
I think that's the best part, is that he's coming off a fumble, and then you just hope he can change the game somehow, and he comes and does this, returns it for a touchdown. This is a straight middle return. It's easy. There's two double teams on the 49ers L5 and the 49ers R4. So for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's going to be the middle guy on the left side of the field for the 49ers, the fifth guy in from the sideline, and then it'll be the fourth guy in on the right side of the field for the 49ers. So when you take it, there's still a guy in R5 for the 49ers that is left unblocked on this. So to me, this is probably a game plan thing. They see him, and Shenault, they say, hey, we're going to leave you one-on-one with this guy. You have to make him miss. We're not going to block him, because if you double-team two guys, you're going to be short someone, right? You don't take into account the kicker, but you're going to have another guy, so you're going to be short. You're going to have to leave a guy unblocked. So I don't know if I've ever seen this bump. I don't know if you've seen this, just a guy in the middle of the field left unblocked on a middle return. But that's exactly what they did, and Shenault put his foot in the ground and made the guy miss. And then that's when everything else works. Because what I love to see here is after the initial point of attack by a lot of these blockers here, you see A.J. Barner and Drake Thomas, the perfect examples. After their initial block, they work their way upfield and kind of pick up garbage is what I would say. They're just kind of they're floating and picking up more garbage, and that's clearing the way for Shenault. And Shenault had one job. Well, he made two good cuts. But then the third one was make the kicker miss. Returners can never get tackled by the kicker. That's like a cardinal rule.
It's embarrassing.
You do not get tackled by the kicker, and he didn't, and he was off to the races with the play that got the Seahawks back in the game as a momentum changer.
Man, I love this. The mental toughness to come back after a fumble is huge. And we talked to Mike Morris, who was on this team, this special teams when that happened, and he said, look, we let Laviska know we have his back, and we believe in him, and he's going to make a big play, and that's exactly what happens. This is textbook, man. Middle return, you hit it up the gut, you pass the first wave, second wave, and then you hit the sidelines. You get away from everybody. What I don't appreciate about this is that on the TV broadcast, they showed my man Laviska throwing up on the sideline. Now, listen, I took a punt to the house in Arizona in college for like 70-something yards, and I was throwing up too. I mean, when you exert all that energy and you're so emotional, things happen. My guy went 102. I don't think he threw up, though.
And you know what? I was on the oxygen. But anytime you could ever get on the oxygen, you got it, because it means you did something good. It did. But the thing that happens to returners when they have a play like this, they run more after the play than they do during the play. He runs 100 and some yards, whatever. But then after the play, you see him take off down the sideline, celebrate. You never catch your breath. So you're running 200 yards, and you don't stop. So the oxygen is tough to come by.
And he's hollering at the camera. You saw him yelling at the camera. He exerted a lot of energy. He burned like 1,000 calories that one play right there.
One play.
All right, this next play, Geno Smith. Oh, my goodness, this one hurt my heart. He's looking for DK. Unfortunately, the pass is intercepted.
JSN shifts over to the left side. Tyler Lockett is wide to the right. Geno from the shotgun. Four-man rush by the Niners. Geno, time, stands, throws, intercepted. Intercepted by Green inside the 20, down to the 15, the second pick of the night for Geno. and he just underthrew that ball, and it was undercut by the cornerback. And man, oh man, those kill you. Those just hurt.
Man, this one hurt. They had a chance to go up or tie the ball game at this point, and this one hurt my soul and everyone else's soul in that stadium. What you see, B?
Well, we did hear from DK this week, and he came and owned it. He owned the route. He owned everything. It's a tough one. I mean, the plays there. The thing about this play, this is very receiver. We love to talk about this play because as a receiver, our main rules are, one, stay quarterback friendly.
Yep.
Like that would be kind of the main rule you have. And what that means is you're always kind of, no matter what route you have, unless it's like a deep ball or a post or something, you're always kind of working your way back to the quarterback. And so you're kind of limiting the distance between the ball and you so the defender can't undercut these things. And on this play, DK just has a 10, 15-yard in route. It's a dig route, put his foot in the ground, and come quarterback friendly straight across the field, maybe losing a yard. And Gino saw the initial angle that DK gave him. He put his foot in the ground, and DK kind of just kept fading upfield a little bit. Drifting upfield. He saw green grass is what he said, and the DB on the 49ers was able to undercut it, and that's exactly why you stay quarterback friendly. So it's just a tough situation because they were going in, like you said, Bump, to tie it or take the lead. All the momentum was on the Seahawks side, and you have a big interception like that. But good thing that we've had 10 days. We'll have 10 days till they get back on the field to clean these little things up and kind of attention to details.
This is why you do exactly what you're told.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah. If the QB is expecting you to flatten that thing out, go horizontal across the field, you do exactly that, even if there is green grass out there. And big ups to DK because he owned it. He said it was his fault. And big ups to Gino because he did not throw DK under the bus either. But yeah, you described it perfectly. When you start playing football, especially as a receiver, they tell you not to drift because you cause interceptions and you might get lit up by that safety who's lurking back there. So unfortunate for DK and the Seahawks, but that's the way that went down. All right. You got something else?
I was just going to say, in the receiver, when you don't have a quarterback's eyes, you never want to change your angle that you're on, too. That's kind of a big thing. If you have his eyes, then maybe a scramble drill's happening. You can change your angle. But when you don't have a QB's eyes, he's going through his reads. He sees your initial angle you take, and he's assuming you're going to stay on that angle until he gives you his eye. And so that's exactly what happened there.
That's a great point. All right, this last one, Isaac Orendo ices the game with a 76-yard run after the Seahawks made it a one-score game with 1:39 remaining.
Purdy's going to go under center. In the backfield, single setback, getting the handoff straight ahead. Oh, no! Off to the races is Garendo being chased. Can he get caught? He is. At the 5-yard line, Witherspoon catches him. There's only a couple of things you can't do in that situation. And that's give up a big play.
I hate to say this about the Niners, but, man, this is beautiful. I mean, this is football right here. This is what offensive coordinators dream about. Your guys executing late in the game to seal it. McCaffrey's not in the game. Mason's not in the game. You're down to your third stringer, and yet they're still able to execute this zone beautifully. You got a double team on the zero tech by your left guard. He combos up to the linebacker. Your right guard double teams with your tackle. Then he climbs up to the linebacker. You got your fullback who's lined up in the tight end spot. He double teams and goes up to the nickel. Everything that needed to happen happened in this play.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about this play. I hate this. It was it hurt. It hurt when this happened because we had so much hope. You get down there, and the worst part about this is, as a defense, you need 3 stops, and they're going to run the ball 3 times.
Yep.
So there's no question. This is just kind of you versus them. There's no trickery. There's nothing happening, and nothing fancy that they're going to run at you because they need to waste your timeouts. This is just easy. It's just, hey, we need to just stop them. And the 49ers, like you said, this was perfection by them. The way they executed these blocks, the running back didn't even get touched. He didn't get touched until Witherspoon tackled him. He went through, he touched his own guy, but after that, it was just, there was a hat on a hat, double teams worked up to second levels. They broke off. The only person that had a chance was Jenkins, who kind of took the wrong angle 8 yards down the field. So the game was going to be over anyway because he's probably going to fall first down.
Yeah.
So it was just a perfectly executed play by the 49ers at the most inopportune time.
Man, that was tough. But you know what? Tip your cap. 49ers are playing good football. They have the Chiefs this week, so hope for an L. You get a W. Boom. You're in first place all by yourself in the NFC West. All right, when we come back, it's time to talk that talk. This is when B and I square off. We talk about some topics, and he tells me I'm right, and I tell him he's wrong. That is next right here on Hawks Live.
The Mike McDonald Show, the first word from the head coach after every Seahawks game.
You said you see a lot of positives. Let's start with those.
Well, I thought the guys played really, really hard. If we're out there and we're not playing to the level of effort, then that's not good. But I think the guys, they're fighting. The competitiveness, the spirit, the passion, the physicality, I think that's all there on tape. The effort is there and the competitiveness is there. We definitely have areas that we can build on for sure. And so we got to make sure we bring that every week.
Don't miss the Mike McDonald Show the morning after the Hawks game at 9:30 on Seattle Sports.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Roof now, pay later. Hi, I'm Sam Thomason, owner of State Roofing. Take advantage of our zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for up to a year. We've partnered with leading lenders to make the replacement or repair of your roof affordable. Flexible financing options are available to take the worry out of an unexpected expense. Call us today at 866-ROOF-ROOF to schedule a free no-obligation estimate or visit us at stateroofing.com. That's stateroofing.com.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Miss anything from the Brock and Salk Show? Remember, you can always catch the show on demand on seattlesports.com, the Seattle Sports app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. This message brought to you by Ascend Hospitality Group, Famous Dave's, Ascend Prime, and Stanford's.
If you're injured in the state of Washington, here's what matters. Who represents you matters. The experience of their staff matters. Their investigation team and track record of success matters. Davis Law Group was founded in Seattle and has been winning cases for more than 30 years. We know Washington State, we know our courts, and we know how to deliver the highest level of client satisfaction. And that's what matters.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Hey diamond lovers, Shane Company knows fine jewelry. That means a lot when you're looking for a dream engagement ring, a beautiful keepsake, or the perfect gift. When it's this important, you want someone who knows exactly how to work with your budget, not against it. Someone who knows you deserve a piece more beautiful than you've ever imagined. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've always sourced our diamonds and gemstones directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. Come see us in store and compare our wide selection of diamonds, rubies, and a rainbow of sapphires in different shapes and sizes. So many in stock and ready to take home today. Create your dream engagement ring in 3 easy steps, or pick a perfectly preset ring that's created by our in-house design team. Browse our selection of fine jewelry gifts for everyone in your life, from diamond and gemstone studs to must-have tennis bracelets and beautiful birthstone necklaces. With our everyday competitive prices and unmatched free lifetime warranty, Shane Company is your go-to destination for fine jewelry. Visit shaneco.com and come in to see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
And this week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to Lonnie. Lonnie, why did you call First Mark Insurance?
We've been with the same insurance company for over 32 years. And my husband said, come on, let's at least try it. And that was the smartest thing we ever did because we saved thousands, literally thousands a year on our insurance. They improved it. It cost me less, and it was a higher value. You know, I can't say enough good things about Scott because everything that he said he'd do, he did.
What do you tell your friends they can expect when they make the call to First Mark?
An easy, profitable, and actually pleasant call. They genuinely are trying to help you, and you can't beat that. We were silly to wait so long. A couple other friends that had called, too. They said, why didn't you tell us about this sooner?
You see, Lonnie did it. My family did it. You got to do it, and it's totally free. Go take the First Mark Challenge today. See how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Want to listen to Seattle sports on your smart speaker?
Hey, smart speaker, play Seattle sports.
This message is powered by the EQC Sportsbook at Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Shop Mazda of Everett and find out why Mazda of Everett is Washington's largest Mazda dealer. Mazda of Everett on Highway 99 in Everett or online at MazdaofEverett.com.
It's time to talk that talk with Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer on Hawks Live.
Welcome back to Hawks Live. I'm Michael Bumpus with Brian Walters. Every Thursday, we are live from Bellevue Square Center Court and live on Seattle Sports, man. So it's time to talk that talk. This is when we throw out a topic or two or three, maybe even four, depending on the time, and we debate them. Why is it going to happen? Why isn't it going to happen? And, yeah, we just go after it. So the first one we got here, Brian Walters, the Seahawks will not, the Falcons will not run for more than 150 yards on Sunday.
Man.
Now, you got 185 by New England. You got 175 by, was it the boys last week? No, by the Giants.
Yeah.
And then last week you had over 100 yards, I believe, as well. So, you know, they've shown that it's hard for them to stop the run. What do you say?
You know what I don't like about this is usually 100 yards is the mark. You know, usually we'd ask this question, we'd say, you know, the Seahawks or the Falcons will not rush for more than 100 yards on Sunday. You know, that's kind of the you know, the mark you use. But now we're going 150, so we're giving them a little leadway. And I'm going to say that after this whole 10-day break that they've had, not break, they've been practicing, they've been working, they've been getting in the film room, they've been making little tweaks and changes. They have some guys healthy. Byron Murphy's back. They got the guy from Jacksonville in the trade. I am going to go with they are going to hold them to under 150 yards. I'm going to board this, and as good as those running backs are, I see it as a breakthrough game for the Seahawks.
Okay, all right. Well, the Falcons are averaging 113 yards per game.
Oh, beautiful.
So if they are to go for over 150, it will be a horrible performance by everyone involved. And Mike McDonald talked about their waves of defense, right? You got your defensive line, you got your force, your secondary force, and all that good stuff. Everybody is invited to this party. If they go for $150, I would be concerned about the win this weekend. So I'm with you. I don't think they're going to go for $150. They're averaging 113. I'm sure they have a game or two out there where they were explosive. This is not going to be that game. So I think we agree on this one. It's not going down.
All right, Bump. I'm going to say, here we go. The Seahawks will be turnover free on Sunday.
Turnover free on Sunday.
And how about we add to this? And we'll force a turnover.
Okay, I like that. Double whammy. Turnover free. Geno threw 2 interceptions last game. He's averaging interception a game, essentially. DK has fumbled the ball twice. Laviska has fumbled the ball. So I think a change is coming. And I think they will be turnover free. And I think that they will force a turnover. I believe Kirk Cousins has 5 interceptions on the season. And he's due. Kirk Cousins is going to be forced to throw the ball more than 30 to 40 times because we just talked about how they're going to lock down the run. So there's going to be opportunities out there for our safeties to get involved, for the corners to get involved. So look, I'm on both of these, man. I'm 2 for 2 on this one. They will be turnover free and they will force a turnover.
I'm going to go 1 for 2 on this one.
All right.
I'm going to say I think there'll be a turnover. It happens. It happens. There's a lot going on. If you have 10 to 15 drives a game, I think the chances are there will be, whether it's a tip ball at the line of scrimmage that's randomly picked off, or some guy makes a great play getting his hand on the ball, causes a fumble. I think a turnover could happen and will happen. So I'm going to say, but 1. I'm only going 1. That's it. I'm not going
1.
2 or 3. 1.
We can handle 1.
We can handle 1. But the big thing, if you turn the ball over once, you got to force two or 3 turnovers.
Right.
You got to win that turnover battle.
Right.
I mean, we're -6 right now in the turnover battle, and so it's pretty wild to me that we're still 3-3 because those are unheard of numbers. But I think we'll get to Kirk Cousins, and I think that after the 10 days off, I keep going back to this 10 days off because it's big. It's a huge thing. I think it's a refresher. It's like a little mini reset button, and I think the emphasis will be on just getting to the ball, forcing turnovers. I like to see some of the big. I think we saw it week 1. Julian Love had he punched the ball out on the Denver.
But they just recovered it.
And they just recovered it. But we haven't seen that since. We haven't seen that kind of the ferocious like punches.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes. And I want to see that. I want to see him swarming, and I want to see the second or third guy in. Big punches on the ball, and just to get that lucky angle. I mean, that's what it is. The ball security is so good in the NFL these days, but you get that lucky angle, there's nothing you can do. It's going to come out. So we're gonna force 2 or 3 turnovers.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go. Next one. The Seahawks will be once again all alone in first place come Monday.
This is easy. Seahawks are going to win. 49ers are going to lose. They'll be in first place. As simple as that. 49ers play the Chiefs. I can't go but. I'm going to stick with it. 49ers are going to lose to the Chiefs. I don't think the 49ers are what they used to be. And the Chiefs are looking pretty complete, I should say. And it's not even a question. Seahawks are winning this week. This is a nice little bounce-back game for them against another bird opponent. And everything kind of lines up in the matchup, and I go to the defensive line. This is probably the weakest defensive line they have faced in the last 3 weeks. It is the weakest, so this is and that's been a nemesis. So boom, win by the Seahawks, lost by the 49ers. They are in first place all alone.
Okay, don't hate me.
Oh no,
I think the Niners win this weekend, man. I do. I just think they win.
California
this weekend.
talking.
Nah, that's just the Niners are playing better and better every week. The Chiefs have really only played one formidable opponent, and that was, week 1 or 2 against Baltimore. I think the Niners are playing good football right now. And I think that Pat Mahomes isn't playing his best football right now. He has 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's being carried by the run game and the defense right now. Pat Mahomes is liable to go off, though. He has a 350, 400-yard game in him. But I'm just looking at the way the Niners are playing right now, man. I think they're going to get him. And I think the Niners are at home, too. So
isn't that scary, though, that Pat Mahomes has not had a great season and they're still
undefeated?
It's just wild.
That's how complete that team is. He had Juju Smith-Schuster win for, 130 last game. They just find ways to win. But I think, there's teams on the ascend right now, right? Baltimore, Niners. We'll see how Detroit bounces back from that deal. The Vikings who are they playing? Green Bay, I think, this week. Oh, it's a good game. I forget who it was. Vikings have a good game coming up this week. So, man, it's going to be interesting. But unfortunately, I think the Niners are going to get her done. So,
all right.
Don't shoot me.
All right.
Vikings-Lions, actually.
That'll be a good one.
Ooh, who do you think gets that one?
I'm going to go Lions.
Lions?
They can't stay undefeated, just like you just picked the 49ers beat the Chiefs.
Only reason why I'm picking the Vikings is because I like when quarterbacks get thrown away and a team finds them and makes them great, like what's happening here in Seattle with Geno.
It's about the system, not the player.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, when we come back, we will give you our final thoughts and keys to victory. That is next on Hawks Live.
15-10, Laviska Shenault, our hero of the game so far.
After a 3rd straight loss, the Seahawks are ready to get back to work.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Next up, the Hawks head to Atlanta to take on Kirk Cousins and the Falcons.
Fires, got his man, touchdown, Seahawks! It's Tyler Lockett.
Can the Seahawks get back in the win column? Seahawks, Falcons, kickoff 10 a.m. Pregame starting at 7 on your home for the Hawks, Seattle Sports.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Hey, Mike Salk here, and we got some exciting news at the station. Riverside Roofing and 710 have renewed our partnership into a deal that will carry us into our 8th calendar year working together. A big thank you to Don, Brandon, Jordan. Not only are those guys terrific roofers and businessmen, but even better people. And I've been fortunate to get to know them, text them back and forth, playing golf together. Just truly awesome people. And all that matters when choosing who you want to work with. People want to work with people they like. And most importantly, they want to work with people they can trust. And that's Riverside Roofing. You've heard me say it for years now, and you'll continue to hear it for a whole lot longer because it's true and it works. We've had people text into the show. They say, Salk, you told me I could trust them, and you were right. If you have an upcoming roof replacement, they need to be your first call. Again, big thank you and congratulations to Riverside Roofing. You can find them at riversideroofingllc.com, and they are the roofing company you can trust. That's riversideroofingllc.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Uh-oh. Looks like your plumbing just threw a Hail Mary into the wrong end zone. But don't worry, folks. Flowhawks Plumbing and Septic is here to intercept the mess. From busted pipes to clogged drains, we've got the plays that'll turn your plumbing fumble into a winning touchdown. Why risk a penalty? Call Flowhawks, the hometown heroes who will blitz that plumbing problem before it costs you the game. Because when your pipes are on the line, we bring our A game. Talk to the Hawk. 1-800-FLOWHAWK. That's 1-800-FLOHAWK.
Hawks Live. Presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live. I'm Michael Bumpus with my guy Brian Walters. And for the thousands of you that hung out with us tonight, we appreciate you. This is going down as the biggest crowd in live radio history. We broke records today, folks, and we wouldn't have done it without you. So I appreciate every one of you, okay? Even you guys in the back, way back there, we appreciate you guys. All right, man, final thoughts and keys to victory, all right? My final thought. It's not a must-win game, but it's like you probably need this win, because I expected this team to win 9-8 games this season. Possibly 10. After the 3-0 start, I'm thinking, hey, we might go to New Orleans. But then reality hits, and you still got some things that you were trying to fix, some personnel that you're moving around. You got to draft well in 2025 and pick up some free agents. But there's a high probability that they win this ball game if they correct some things.
Yes. Wow, brilliant.
I'm trying to be careful with my words.
Brilliant.
I'm trying to be careful, because, I said that they should beat the New York Football Giants, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So don't take anybody for granted.
I know. It's you're right. It's not a must-win game. almost is a must-win game, but it's not quite. But the thing you want to see is you just need to see the little improvements. You want to see, and because we've talked about it, you want to see the route running by the receivers get a little bit better. You want to see the offensive line be able to create a nice big pocket for Geno this week. The defensive line is the weakest one they've seen so far. So you want to see Geno. I want to see Geno go off. If he can have a pocket, I want to see what he can do without being under duress every single play. You want to see the running game go off too. I mean, I don't even know how to. You just want to see everything get better, but I think the most important thing is you got to shut down their running backs. If you can see them eliminating the big plays, because we've seen a lot of big plays in the last 3 weeks, and that's what's killed them. Those are momentum killers. And so if you can, teams are going to get first downs, teams are going to run the ball, teams are going to get little chunks on you, but it's the big explosive play that flips field position, that changes momentum, that extends the drives, that puts points on the board. And then in the other way, looking back, it's the little turnovers that takes points off the board or puts points on the board. So either way you look at it, those are the little things you got to fix. So, and Coach Mike McDonald, he said it after the last game in the press conference. It's about, there's too many, there's a lot of good things, but there's too many highs and lows. Yeah. And that's you just gotta, the highs are great, but you gotta limit the lows. You really do. Those lows are really bad. And that's as easy as is. I mean, you can't sugarcoat that. It is. The lows have been pretty bad.
One of my neighbors gave me marriage advice. He's been married like 35 years. He said, ride the high, weather the lows. I'll go, yeah, that's Seahawks right there. So that's my marriage advice for the Seahawks. Ride the highs and weather the lows. And then let's get back to this enthusiastic, intense defense that we saw the first couple weeks. Everyone's fresh, so I get that, right? The body is fresh, the legs are fresh, the mind is fresh. Everything's new, so you're flying around and you're making plays, and then you get punched in the mouth a couple times. Then you got to decide, am I going to keep walking forward? Am I going to put up my guards? What's going to be my plan of attack? It's time for these guys to start walking forward. I think they put up their guards and maybe took a couple steps back. It's time to move forward defensively and get these linebackers flying around. I think that if your tacklers are not making the majority of the tackles, that's an issue. And those are the linebackers. Right now, you have Julian Love, who's leading the team in tackles. And last year, he led the team in tackles. And I'm glad that he's a safety net for these guys. But you want your LBs making those tackles. You pay those guys to make the tackle. So if they can get violent again, get downhill, be efficient, I think they're gonna have a chance to win this ballgame.
People discredit the first game of the year when they played the Broncos. And the Broncos tonight ran for 225 yards against the Saints. Yep. All right, and everyone said when the Seahawks played them, the Broncos are not a good team. They're not a good running team. They're just not good. And the Seahawks held the Broncos to under 100 yards rushing that game. Yep. So the defense can be dominant, and the Broncos have proven that they are a decent team. They're 4-3 right now. They came back and made a little run. So that's what you want to see. But when we got done watching that Broncos game, we saw exactly what you just talked about. It was guys were kind of just fully committed to their assignments. Yep. They were fully committed to these gaps, and everything that was happening at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage, and it wasn't happening 3 or 4 yards, in your territory, behind or in front of the line of scrimmage as a defense. So I think that's the big thing, is just playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen many big tackles for losses and those game-changing plays that puts the other team behind the sticks. And when we talked about it, we talked about how they were such a cohesive unit, and guys were kind of flowing together. So if one guy took a shot fast downhill, you knew other guys were going to clean it up if he missed it. You knew your job was to take a shot on the guys outside or in this gap, and you're going to either make the big play or you're going to affect him and turn him back into where you have help. And that's what you want to see. And they did it fast motion and they weren't getting stuck on these blocks. And it was just, it was really, really encouraging. And you just kind of getting back to that kind of football.
And you got to protect Geno, man. I mean, Geno is leading the league in passing yards, completions attempts. He's 8th when it comes to completion percentage. And he's doing all of this while being the second most sacked quarterback in the game. So if you can protect him, imagine what life will be like with a clean pocket for Geno, with receivers running the precise routes and flattening things out when they're supposed to, and just doing what you're supposed to do. I don't think Geno is appreciated enough. On our show, Bump and Stacy every day, you should see the Geno hate that comes through. And I go, what are you guys looking at? Yes, he had a bad game, his last game, threw a couple interceptions. One was his fault, I believe, the one to Tyler Lockett to open up the game. But he's putting up these type of numbers, and he's not being protected. You have to be able to protect Geno against a team with 5 sacks. So if he gets a clean pocket, I'm excited to see how these receivers can challenge their secondary.
Even on that interception to Tyler Lockett, the first drive of the game, Geno got hit by 3 49ers on that play. Mm-hmm. Right as you released it, he got drilled. Bosa was one of them, and 2 other guys from the other side all got Geno. So even on that, he's getting pressured. So I think Geno throws one of the best passes in the game. The way it comes off his fingers, the spiral, the precision. He's known to be. He's proven it for the last 2 years as a Seahawk that he's been the starter. That he's one of the most accurate passers in the league. So if we can get him sitting back there in a pocket where he can really break down, make multiple reads, I don't think we've really seen that. He hasn't had enough time to sit back there and really go through a progression. He's had to go through maybe 1-2 reads, and then everything's always broken down, and he's had to scramble or do what he does best. He moves in the pocket so well. Yeah. The way he buys extra time, he does it like nobody else in the National Football League. And so just the Falcons do not have a good defensive line. 5 sacks. If we can keep Geno off the ground, no sacks, maybe 1 sack. You might give up 1 sack. You might lose one one-on-one battle. It's okay. 1.5. If we can do that and have Geno just sit back there and have one clean game, the confidence that brings, one, to the offensive line, the confidence that also brings to Geno saying, I'm not going to be getting drilled every single time I throw the ball, will be huge for this team. Yeah, I also think that keep the D-line fresh. Byron Murphy is going to be back. I'm telling you, you go 40 to 50 plays against a double team, you are going to be worn out by the time you reach the fourth quarter. You mentioned it earlier. That's what we're seeing. So Roy Robertson-Harris, welcome to the team. Welcome to the club. Byron Murphy, welcome back. Let's get healthy and keep that rotation fresh, man, and just get after that dang quarterback. Keep the linebackers clean, and we should be okay. We out this thing, Byron Murphy's 3-0. 3-0 whenever he's been in that lineup. He's 3-0.
All right, there we go.
Remember that one.
You heard it. Now that's a stat right there.
Stat.
That's a stat. Hey, special thanks to Mike Morris, Nehemiah Pritchet for joining the show. Our board operator Max Strobel, on-site engineer is the lovely Brenna Rogers. Production assistant is Ashley Oakes, and our executive producer is Nasser Chobe. The Seahawks pregame show is live this Sunday starting at 7 a.m. Until next time, I'm Michael Bumpus. That's Brian Walters. This has been Hawks Live. Thanks for joining us.
Hawks Live. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Presented by the Dining District of the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Download the Seattle Sports app to get breaking news notifications on the Hawks and read the latest analysis on the Hawks at seattlesports.com. The Mike McDonald Show, the first word from the head coach after every Seahawks game.
You said you see a lot of positives. Let's start with those.
Well, I thought the guys played really, really hard. If we're out there and we're not playing to the level of effort, then that's not good. But I think the guys, they're fighting. The competitiveness, the spirit, the passion, the physicality, I think that's all there on tape. The effort is there and the competitiveness is there. We definitely have areas that we can build on for sure. And so we got to make sure we bring that every week.
Don't miss the Mike McDonald Show the morning after the Hawks game at 9:30 on Seattle Sports.
Transform your home from top to bottom with State Roofing. Hi, it's Sam Thomason, owner of State Roofing. It's not just about a new roof, it's about a new look for your entire home. Deck out your backyard or give your exterior a facelift with our siding and window options. And there's no better time to start than now with our incredible offer. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Why wait to make your dream home a reality? We do more than just roofs. Visit stateroofing.com. Let's talk about what's possible for your home.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
Hey there, Brock Heward with some huge news. The Federal Reserve has just cut interest rates by 50 basis points. That's half a point. That's more than what the markets were expecting, which means more savings for you. And if you're up at night feeling stressed and feeling the pinch of high-rate credit cards or personal loan payments, now might be the perfect time to consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage. You see, for over 25 years, Tila's been helping the good folks right here in Washington State save money by lowering their rates and monthly payments. You can unlock the equity in your home and pay off that high-interest debt. Consolidate your bills, reduce your monthly payments, and free up cash for what matters most. TILA, spelled T-I-L-A, is Washington's trusted source for honest and ethical mortgage advice, so don't wait. Call TILA Mortgage today at 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
TILA Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker, NMLS 2472046.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
All right, guys, you looking for a fun night out? It's Mike Salk here to remind you that Snoqualmie Casino is just the place to go unwind and have some fun and eat some great food. Make sure to check out 12 Moons. And then Vista Prime Steaks and Seafood has the amazing happy hour menu that starts at 4 p.m. And Falls Buffet, they're serving up all your favorites like the prime rib every day, the fresh pasta, made-to-order stir-fry, noodles, pizza, salad bar, dessert bar. They make their pies every day. All with breathtaking views of the Snoqualmie Valley and Mount Si. It is Seattle's closest, only 30 minutes from downtown, Snoqualmie Casino. Please game responsibly.
You're losing your hair and you want a simple solution that works. And you want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, they were recently crowned 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. 425-449-8185. If you qualify, get $250 off and $250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185. Refine your hairline with a team that's redefined hair restoration. AdvancedHair.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get ready for twice the Monday Night Football. On ESPN at 8, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens fly south to take on Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. and streaming exclusively on ESPN Plus at 9. Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers meet the Cardinals in Phoenix. Ravens Buccaneers, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And Chargers Cardinals at 9, streaming exclusively on ESPN Plus.
Hey guys, Kevin Clark here from the This Is Football podcast, Momar Productions. This week, we're getting you ready for all of the NFL action. We have Justin Pugh talking about the Browns, the Eagles, and Mario Cristobal talking about